Everyone, welcome back to Play Casket with another episode of Casket Talk. And today, you smell that, guys? No, that's not me. That's the smell of brick and mortar.
Episode 59. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Right?
We're gonna get so banned by that. Not because of all the weird crap we just said on previous episodes. No, it's because we quoted somebody that, like, major companies own. And maybe a couple of politicians. Who knows? We don't know. We don't go down that route in this channel. This is entertainment world. But yes, brick and mortar retail stores. We're going to talk about that today. Exciting, right? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know.
Our grandchildren are like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Right?
We're going to be a YouTube relic talking about that. They're like, whoa. Like, everyone else is like on the kick. Like, the new pastime is abandoned buildings because that's all there is out there. Meanwhile, people are like, wait a minute. This YouTube channel knows that there used to be stuff in here. Yep, there was stuff. And we're going to talk about retail stores today. And just kind of go down our like fond memories. And maybe there's things that we still do and all that. Like why we like retail stores in general. Let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. Let's top that off. Like what's the most basic thing you like about actual retail stores? Like going into them?
Well, I always usually just run to the... I like the clearance, and then, like, go to the electronics, go to the clearance. That's like the first thing I beeline towards.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, and every time I got lost, like, my family wouldn't go find me immediately because they know I won't really mess with, like, strangers or free candy or anything. I'd immediately beeline it to toys. Like, just, oh, shit. That was it. It wasn't even an agreed-upon thing. They just knew that when I was gone, outside of me, they just knew I was like, he's probably looking at Legos right now. Yep, it was, and it wasn't without its dangers. There was creepos constantly like, hey, you like Legos, huh? Wasn't? Oh, pardon me.
We're all dying here.
Right? We're all dying here. But no, it wasn't Legos. It was Digimon figures, and I was looking at Digimon figures, and there was some like remote control or pullbacks, something like that, of Digimon on skateboards, and I was looking at them. I was thinking, pretty cool, right? Again, pardon me. I'm still recovering from dying. But yeah, like they were having like little backup, like wind up things and stuff, and I was like looking at them, thinking they're pretty cool. And I remember looking at a Kaguamon, and there was this really creepo. Like it was stereotypical. If you look back and like punch in any image search of like creepy
Chomos,
yeah, you would come up with that like particular type of person.
Oh God. Well, the scary thing is that, like, a lot of them look a lot alike. Like,
yeah, that's weird. There's a reason why that stereotype of style exists, because they literally all look the same.
Because even was it Blair White? She was like, it's weird that they all look typical.
Yeah, it is literally it literally is the archetype of them. It is bizarre. As a kid, I didn't know that, but as a kid, I also had the Stranger Danger, but it wasn't like Stranger Danger. It was Stranger mildly inconveniencing. So I was like, oh, please leave me alone. I'm looking at toys right now, basically. And I remember, like, he tried to, oh, yeah, I have a bunch of rare Digimon in my car right now. If you would like to take a couple looks at them. Like, he was saying some weirdo, creepy stuff to me back then. I was like, nah, I'm good. And I went around the other side because I was just looking at Digimon. Like, I wasn't like, he was like, oh my God, really? And I started looking at like the weird toy dinosaurs and stuff too. It's just saying, looking at stuff and messing with stuff. And like he came around and he's like, yeah, you sure you don't want to see anything? I might have some stuff that you've never seen before. I'm like, nah, I'm good. It was like a whole thing. And it wasn't until I heard my mother use the code names that we had basically, which meant come here and stuff too. So I was like, I gotta go, bye. Like it was just like, dude's weird, leave me alone, I'm just trying to look at toys, you know. And looking back, I'm like, oh, that thing wanted me. I would have been dead and flayed, and he would be wearing me as a hat right now.
And this is why we don't have brick and mortar anymore.
Yeah, basically. But no, Dude, I think honestly, online is a lot worse. I think online is going to be a lot worse because you can't prove what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at least when you're there, like the creepos can't hide from it and stuff because they're too creepy. You know, they're way too creepy. But no, that's why I liked going to them, because I could actually go into them and get a grasp of them and stuff. So there's particular ones out there for us to go to. Is there any that you usually used to go to as like your de facto? This is what I casually visit and stuff.
I would say like KB Toys is what I usually went to. Like back when the mall was still around too. KB
I still
Toys
remember the one KB Toys that was right across the street, or not across the street, across the walkway from the food court.
Yeah.
It was like, so you know which mall. We're not saying it because we don't want to dox ourselves. But we know which one we're talking about. But that was a fun one. And it was weird that like who owned it? Toys R Us or something like that? Who bought it up?
God, I don't remember actually.
Like, it was Toys R Us or somebody who bought it up, and I was like very sad for a few years, and it came back. It's like Toys R Us brought to you, or KB Toys brought to you by Toys R Us. I'm like, sweet, it's that way again. I'd go in it, and you know what was really wild is like going back into it after like maybe 10 years. It didn't dawn on you that how small those toy stores really were.
Yeah.
Like, it was only like 4 aisles of stuff. It was like girls stuff, boys stuff, builder stuff, fake guns. I'm like that was literally the 4 aisles you would go down, and the stuffed animals and stuff were just up front.
Well,
that was it.
The crazy thing is that like malls are so freaking insanely priced, and then like I also forgot about Toys R Us too. Forgot about that. They're a relic too. Look them up. Right?
Dude, they're in Macy's now.
I thought they're gone.
No, they're like little segments in Macy's.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how they do it, because
like the toy aisle, the quote unquote toy aisle in Macy's is literally painted different now. That's just Toys R Us.
Oh, okay.
It's a little weird because you go into it and it has like a different radio and stuff, a different like radio station and stuff playing there, which is weird because you have like Justin Bieber and another Justin Bieber song, because they're not really all that different, just blending together into this thing. And I was like, this is creepy. Like, so. Yeah.
But yeah, I know Toys R Us, from what I heard, was that the people who have it now were just being a bunch of idiots and mismanaged it. Mm-hmm. So they had to close a bunch of the stores. Yeah. But they didn't give a shit. But if it was managed properly, Toys R Us would still be around.
Honestly, I believe that. I honestly think that Toys R Us would have probably been like the go-to, and they could honestly. Here's what I think: if they managed it properly, I could see them literally having the Lego store, renting out a corner, and the anime like Crunchyroll or something like that, renting out another section and stuff near entertainment. And you would have the electronics section, the weird anime stuff, and quote unquote the Lego store inside Toys R Us. And that would get rid of a lot of the burden of warehousing that stuff on their personal person, and it would be responsible for those individual little like outlets. Yeah. I think would have probably been the end goal there.
I mean, they could just do it the way they used to, right? With the tickets.
Yeah, that too. Dude, I missed those tickets. At the same time, I didn't realize, looking back, that was to anti-theft, right? Uh-huh. And I didn't realize half the Toys R Us near me was all anti-theft. That means there's a lot of people stealing crap from that place.
Like, well, the crazy thing is that theft also goes into their budget. So, which is crazy because there's that whole psychology hack where if you're holding it, you're more likely to buy it. Mm-hmm. So their profits have been so good that theft is just kind of like something they shrug off, basically.
Yeah.
So.
But it's gotten worse and worse over time, though.
Yeah.
Like, I do think there's a reason why there's a lot of stuff that's getting locked up now, is because theft has been so overbearing. Like, look at a lot of the videos you see from California. Like, that place is just a third world country on its own, because people just come in with torches and torch something open and just take everything.
Yeah.
Or they go behind the counter when they shouldn't be, and they start taking it and then threaten death on people and stuff. That's not right, you know. And I think that it's just getting so bad that theft is factored in, and then it's overtaking actual profit.
Man, I've seen certain places where you had to pay. You order it in a kiosk, and then you pay, and then they bring it out.
Yep, I've seen that too.
So why don't they do that to begin with, right?
Yeah, no, I think the problem too, like I kind of like the way retail stores, and we're all over on this conversation too. Like I like them because I can grab something and go, you know what, this would fit me. You know, like for instance, if I was grabbing a jacket, you know what, this fits me, this feels comfortable, I'll buy it. Whereas like from behind the counter and stuff like that, where I can't test it or I can't take a quick look at it or anything. At least if it's behind the counter, there's a possibility of me getting it. If it's like online, just taking a guess.
Yeah.
You know, you go in and you find out that sheep wool is actually resin. Great. That's itchy as hell.
And then Media Play. Do you remember Media Play?
Oh my god, I loved Media Play actually. Holy crap. We're just going down memory lane now. Dude, no. Memory lane. Media Play was the de facto place for me to buy a lot of my hard to find CDs because they will order it for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You would go in and you're like, hey, and then I would go through like a lot of used CDs, and this is actually how I found a lot of bands I used to listen to and stuff. In fact, a lot of the bands I listened to then, I have never heard again ever since. And like when I hear them now, I get such a nostalgic vibe. Like it is beyond how playing a classic game is. Like I have access to a lot of classic games nowadays, even on newer consoles. So when you play it, you don't get that same vibe. You know, it's like, oh yeah, it reminds me. It feels warm and cozy. But then I hear something from Mind in a Box if I'm just cruising down the street, and then suddenly I'm in a completely different era in my mind because I don't listen to them very often. But I still have the CDs. I can still listen to them, but it's just like so rare that I will cycle through my CDs periodically. That it's just like, whoa, you know, like because it just takes me back to that. Like I just feel like hearing like there's a song out there that moment it plays, I literally feel like I am driving down the highway at 2 a.m. away from a Denny's heading home, and it's just weird. That's the memory I remember. And just it was like in the middle of spring when it was just slightly snowing, and I'm just driving. And it was right after I dropped off this one woman who, looking back now, was really into me, which was weird. A lot of women aren't into green. And she said something, and it just kind of like resonated with me at the time. And I don't want to make it sad, but it was one of those like you're just too weird for normal girls or something like that, and it kind of stuck with me. And that's when that one song was playing, and I heard that song once, like maybe a year ago, and I was immediately transported back to that moment. I was like, what the hell, man? Like I was more weirded out how articulate that memory was.
Oh, wow.
Like the emotion, the distraughtness, the depth of thinking, like that thought was going through my head, and like it was just crazy. Thanks, Media Play. That's basically it. That's basically it. Right?
I think I've only been to like one once, but yeah, everybody like speaks so highly of it.
Dude, I miss it. They were actually one of the original places that would host anime communities and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was actually where one of my first girlfriends came from.
Yeah, it was like one of the it was like an anime store before anime stores were technically a thing.
Yeah, there was some oddball anime stores out there, but there was like a corner of anime, Japanese and stuff like that stuff in Media Play. I didn't pay much attention to.
I remember seeing like Gundam model kits and stuff like that in there.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
They had those. They even had a small little section right next to it that had like just model cars and stuff too. Not many, just like the most common stuff, which would make sense. But like they just had the whole like legions of tables that they had for just CDs. And people would sell CDs all the time, and I'd just like pick them up like vultures. And I'd find some really interesting like gothic industrial stuff that was like, oh yeah, this actually kind of gets me going, you know. And yeah, like it's just like Media Play was just so crazy, man. Like I miss that place. outside the weird
flashbacks,
weird time travel experience I have had. But yeah, no, there's I think there was a band that I remember getting so obsessed to listen to because it was a German rock band. Mm-hmm. It wasn't heavy metal or anything. It was a German rock band called Die Happy. And they did somebody did a Sonic the Hedgehog, like, music video on YouTube way back when YouTube was, like, ancient. Like, YouTube, it would be a relic of YouTube now. Like, it's just insane, right? I used to watch it constantly. And I was like, this is so cool because it was well edited for what else I used to watch, right? And, like, I was like, I really like this song, though. Where is this song? Like, and I find out, and I try to find it. You can't import it because it's only in Germany. But Media Play could.
Oh, wow.
I was like, hell yeah, Media Play. So when Media Play closed, I felt like it was a personal attack, dude. Like, it was just like a personal attack on me during the college years. It was sad, man. I need to play that one song again. But, that isn't my common go-to this year, or in general. Like, it's like my common go-to is actually Games Ahoy.
Yeah.
So for me, this is more of a local, I guess. I don't know how big this company is, but it's a smaller company. But they do carry a lot of more classic games. The downside is they know that what they have, so they tend to rake you over the coals if you have a rare one. Mm-hmm. Like they will do that. Like, oh, we have Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Yeah, that's $200 there, pal. Like, fuck.
We just checked the going rate.
And yeah, they know.
Just sold
they just know.
A couple weeks ago.
It hurts. It hurts. So you can't, like, lowball it at all. You can't bundle it in and hope that I get the major discount or anything. I can't. It's just.
But they got all the rare stuff, though.
But they do have a lot of the rare stuff. That is exactly why I go there. They have stuff that, like, physical releases that most people will pick, like, a small selection off of, like, an oddball website like I Am 8-Bit or like Nippon Ichi Software's direct line and stuff, and you can't find them. They will probably have it, and they will probably have it just a little cheaper or a little expensive, like within the same price of a brand new game.
Yeah.
But they will have it, right? And I go there to pick up some rarities and some treasures and stuff. So it's really cool, like, that when that happens, and that's what I usually like to go to. And I go there maybe once or twice a month, and then I just kind of drop by a hard seltzer place or a winery or a meadery and stuff like that because I'm such a hipster. And, like, try some weird stuff out. There was like a raspberry mead out there. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was delicious. That didn't take me back anywhere, though, because it wasn't made by Media Play. But it's delicious stuff. But yeah, that's my common go-to nowadays. Mm-hmm. Is there kind of like a rare one that you like to go to outside that? Like, there's like some kind of hidden hole in the wall that you used to go to a lot, or maybe it's still around and you go there for a very specific thing at all.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess Hobby Town is like really, really nice, like a hobby store. Mm-hmm. Because fuck Amazon, right?
Yeah, dude, seriously. Well, we'll get into that part later.
Well, it's just really nice to be able to, like, it's nice to get stuff right away, mm-hmm. rather than, order something, wait a few days, and hope that nobody steals it off your porch
while you're at work.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen people, like, those security cases and stuff that people put stuff in and stuff. Mm-hmm. I've seen people just back up to those things and just dump it on there and then take off.
Yeah, you're killing
even when it's weighted. Like, It's like, what the hell? Like, there's nothing you can do, And then, like, police are like, well, oh well. Like, this sucks, dude.
It's like $50. But it's like, yeah, it's still wasting my time.
It's wasting my time, it's wasting my energy, and we run the risk of, like, never being able to get it again anyway.
Yeah.
Like, this is stupid. And, yeah, but, yeah, going into a place and going, this right here, mine. And you buy it, and it's yours.
Yeah.
There we go. Fantastic. Let's roll with it, And, I really do miss a lot of that. That used to be a lot of cool stuff. I do have a small one. I don't know if it's still around because I haven't had the need for them recently. But there used to be a place called Game Fortress. It was just a hole-in-the-wall one. But the reason why I loved them so much is because they actually did repairs. They were the only ones I knew that did PS2 repairs.
Oh, wow.
Like, literally, there has been so many other game stores out there that did repairs that would only do cartridge-based repairs, because everything else was like way too touchy. I'm thinking something happened with the tech with CDs and DVD reading and stuff that is just not as good, and it's not worth trying to do for a lot of these people who that's just a side gig for their game store.
Yeah.
So there is that, but they did fix GameCubes, but they didn't fix Dreamcast. They didn't fix PS1s or PS2s.
No, okay.
At the time when I last needed them and stuff, but for the most part, like, they did fix my Game Boys a couple of times, because I ran those sons of bitches to the ground. They even had, like, even for old game systems, they had little accessories, and they had like little battery packs you just popped into it, and you could still put your case pack onto it and stuff, and it's like kind of slides in instead of like clips back into it like your old place, because the pack was bigger. Mm-hmm. You just slid it in, and it just held it there, so you could just hold it like a normal thing with your backer still there, which I thought was pretty neat.
Yeah.
For the time it was. But
then Second and Charles, I almost forgot about this.
Let's back up. You've been praising Media Play too much. I need to talk about Second and Charles.
Now, do you have any memories about Second and Charles? Because I sure as hell don't, right? It's basically my replacement for Media Play, so. Although they got used stuff, which is kind of nice.
I think it's a discount version of Media Play.
Yeah.
Me.
Well, they have used stuff, which is really nice.
Yeah. I've bought a lot of like older Xbox One, not Xbox One, Xbox 360 games.
Yeah.
There, they're widely available there, but they used to, one of the ones that we had that had a second floor, they used to have a dedicated counter that sold all the like car games and stuff like that, and they had somebody there that you can just chat it up with and stuff in the little game section, which I thought was cool. Like,
and then
cool. And yeah,
I do remember too. Okay, so for one of my stories for Second and Charles was there was a 1/4 scale figure of a anime girl in a swimsuit, and like 1/4 scale, that's like what 1 foot 6 inches.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty big one. But I bought it, and I was just walking it back to the car. And I don't know if anybody saw. I was like, fuck it. I love this thing so much. I didn't care. So it was just me holding my giant waifu figure.
Dude, I don't think, as far as like a lot of those memories and stuff, I don't think I really had many outside like the Media Play one. Mm-hmm. I do remember like Best Buy when they used to have, at least the one that I used to go to, which was actually pretty far from me in my youth, but it was the only one that would actually host tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And they had actual like kiosks, and that's one thing I do miss about like Toys R Us and Kmart. They had some of the coolest gaming kiosks.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of want to build one in the Mausoleum.
And midnight releases. I forgot about midnight releases.
Yeah, dude. Like, I kind of want to build like a Switch playable kiosk. You know what I mean?
Go snag one, right?
No. There's no real playable well, there is a couple out there for Switch, but like I'm saying, like one of those end cap ones that they used to have at the end of aisles and such. Like, those would be kind of cool. Like, I want to make one that was like kind of super 90s looking for a Switch, and just like make it a kiosk and just put it up in my arcade corner. That would be awesome. I think that would be really cool. You know, but it requires much more people than a couple of dead people here in the Mausoleum to actually be worth my money to put into that. But yeah, that was fond memories. Thanks, Media Play. But no, I don't think I had many memories of Second and Charles. Like, I had stuff that was like, oh yeah, I found some interesting stuff, but there was nothing that really stood out.
Oh, okay.
So for me, that was, I don't know. I think it was like discount Media Play for me. Like, when it finally came around, I'm like, okay, so this is kind of like Media Play, but with a shit ton more books.
Yeah.
You know, which is great. I actually found a good couple of books for some research and stuff like that. And no, not that kind of research. Like just research on drawing and I think I picked up stuff on like building materials and stuff, like how the Romans did building materials and stuff. For some reason, I was kind of very interested in that for a bit. But that was it. Like nothing really crazy. Like nothing important. Like there's no huge memorial, anything for me for Second Charles. So, and you know, hopefully, Game Fortress is still around, so I can go back there and relive that, because we know that Media Play in Toys R Us is gone. But the state of retail shopping is kind of bad.
Yeah,
nowadays. It really is.
There's so many dead stores right now,
dude. It's not just dead stores, but like, there's people who out there who want to have their own storefront, and they just can't buy it, or
digital space is just too convenient too, though. That's another thing.
No, that too, and on top of that, like, you can't even rent space. Like, people, even if you have a space, if you rent a space right next to grocery stores and stuff, or a Walmart, right? People still don't want to go there because it's not the Walmart. Yeah. You're making me visit two spots.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's where malls are actually dying too, when you think about it. There are a lot of people who don't want to go to malls anymore, because that used to be, honestly, I think that used to be like the way to make kids hang out with one another while you go do your shopping and stuff, which was great. I honestly think that was like one of the fondest memories of people just hanging out and stuff like that at malls. But now it's either creepos or like just poor people willing to steal shit all the time. And malls are dying because nobody wants to visit multiple stores, even inside a giant store. Like, there's like, why can't I just walk around Walmart doing nothing for like 4 hours?
Oh, you mean a mall?
Oh yeah, you mean a mall? Yeah, exactly. That's what my point. You know, like, at least with a mall, there might be 2 game stores or 2 toy stores or 2 collectible stores, so there might be different stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, specialty stores also have like more interesting things that Walmart won't.
Like, even when we're thinking about just the most basic stuff, if you go to Best Buy in comparison to Walmart, you will find more unique TVs.
Yeah.
Even though that Best Buy is fundamentally one of those big box stores, right? If you go to Box Lunch as opposed to the collectibles section of Walmart, you will find more interesting stuff at the Box Lunch.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff that happens, but the thing is, I've noticed that unless you're really hipster and you're appealing to nostalgia, you're not getting much of anything, which kind of sucks. And there's even like storefronts. There's a certain style that's called the painted tree, and it's basically booths you rent out and sell your own stuff at said place.
Oh wow!
It's like a small mini mall, but every booth is there, kind of like a farmer's market, but indoors. And it's more crafty stuff as opposed to food. But people still go, but it's not inside the one store. It's now still multi-million of the stores. Like it's constantly, oh, I don't want to do the extra legwork. But then you are willing to walk around aimlessly in Walmart for 4 or 5, 6 hours. Dude, there is somebody at this one Walmart every single time I'm there. It doesn't matter what time, as long as like kind of mid-afternoon. It doesn't matter what day. They're there. And I'm almost suspicious that they're there every day. It's the same family, and they're there all the time. Every single time I'm there. Like, it's mathematically impossible for them to pick the same days I'm going there at the same time. And I'm literally meaning every single time. In order for them to get that accurate with the same time frame I'm there, they're there.
NPCs.
Like, oh, dude, I'm dead serious. Like, it feels weird because I've seen this woman literally recover, like, from like a damage to their face or something like that. Like, I saw a scar and slowly heal up and stuff over time. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why is she here? Why am I supposed to know this? I'm supposed to see her and go, wow, that's weird. And then see her again scarred and like, what happened to her? Oh, she might be that person I saw that one time. You know?
She went to Media Play.
She went to Media Play. Thanks, Media Play. You healed people. But you wounded my heart in the process. But, like, it's weird that people would rather just spend time at, like, Walmart for years, for hours and stuff, and not want to spend it at multiple different places that would actually change scenarios. You know, because if you're there every day, they don't change. Dude, if you want to shop at a place like Target or Walmart, and you want to see a different look to it, visit it once every 6 months. That's the only time they reset everything, and they do something new.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's literally it. They don't change beyond that. And it's absolutely the most boring places to go. Like, whereas, like, Box Lunch and all these weird collectible places and stuff, like, they actually change a little bit. Like, there's one called FYE, which I think is kind of like a mini media play, but not as cool. Like, they judge you on stuff a lot more, which hurts. But it doesn't go much further than that. Like, a lot, like I'm seeing a lot of that fall apart because a lot of people just don't want to go there, and they rather just buy stuff online, which sucks because I can't even guarantee what stuff looks like. Like, have you seen this crap from like sites like Temu?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'll show like a Photoshop version of the thing, and it's like right next to a door. I'm like, oh, it must be huge. But then they have the next picture, like the very last picture that nobody actually looks at, is like actual size. It's actually 20 inches tall, and that's it. So you buy this thing thinking it's like 4 feet, and it's a desk toy. I'm like, what the hell? I paid $20 for this. You know, because if you pay $20 for the small scale thing, at least when you get it, you know what you got and you're not disappointed. But when you're like, oh, this thing's supposed to be 3 feet tall, and it's not, and it's like, you're pissed because now you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this now?
Well, another crazy thing too is that like they a lot of the factories share manufacturing too. So I remember I was looking to get a flashlight, and the one specialty one company is like, oh, we're made in America, but I think they get all their parts from China. So there's another. If you scroll down a little bit, there's another flashlight that looks exactly the same with the different branding on it. It's like, you guys either just rebrand or you guys get the same parts from each other.
Yeah, basically. You know. So it's a lot of stuff like that. Like you don't even know if they're poorly constructed or not.
Yeah,
which just sucks. You know, so that's another thing that we run into a lot with this online shopping stuff. Like, hell,
fuck Amazon.
How many people? Well, dude, Amazon is like the retail version of Steam, where like now that they open the doors for more quote unquote small markets or whatever, it's just a bunch of small Chinese businesses just churning out cheap Chinese crap. Yeah. And it's just like Steam. It's like China, Shovel Knight, China.
Try looking for what is it? Gen 6 stuff, so like PS3 or Xbox 360 controllers. Try looking for one like new in box or just in general. It's all Chinese stuff. It's all plug, USB.
Well, it's not only that, but like it's just even finding anything quality. Like, again, like I'm shopping for glass bottles and stuff. Some of it is really cheap, thin bottles, and like, oh yeah, it's $30 for this. I'm like, okay. But they don't tell you how thin that is.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, it fits that. I'm like, I can literally look at this wrong. If it looks at its own horoscope, it's gonna break. Like what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like, it is this. It took me probably 2 months to find the proper like bottle size and thickness and stuff like that. Like, it was hard, and I am surprised how hard it was to find on something like Amazon that should be quote unquote easy to find your niche or whatever. Like, it is stupid. Whereas if I went to like a jar provider, Jars R Us, Jar Play, I could probably find the right size.
Yeah.
You know? And they're like, you know, like, that's going into places like that. They're just like, whoa, let me help you find something. I know a lot of people who are like, oh, the commission people are always pushy. They are, because that's how they make their money. But at the same time, they can actually still push you in the right direction of where you're looking for stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas now it's like Amazon's like, hi, I'm back here, and I'm not going to tell you anything. Good luck.
Start digging, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, can you find me glass bottles? Here's some stuff about sand.
Here's some stuff for shampoo.
Yeah, stuff like that. Oh,
bathroom stuff.
Here's stuff to get broken glass splinters out of your finger. But I don't need that. Dude, here's a good example of this stupid online stuff. If people literally search our name in YouTube, the first thing that comes up is a whole Google search in order for you to quite literally buy caskets. Yes. Dead people are more important to YouTube than this channel. That's where we're at right now. But it's I don't know. It's bad. I don't like this online stuff. This thing's just so garbage and honestly inconvenient. Think about it. If you get the wrong size or the wrong material because it doesn't tell you that, you have to do more legwork than just going to a store going, oh, this actually feels good, I'm buying this, and then having the thing.
It takes you like 4 days to return something when you could just drive back to the store.
And then on top of that, several of them have to wait until the thing arrives to their store before they even give you your refund. Which then turns out you run the risk of somebody stealing it. Just like, dude, I've bought games that have never reached their like final shipping destination because somebody decided to take it because it had the sticker limited run games on it, and they just ran off with it. Like, that stupid crap happens way too damn much, you know? And when you go to a limited run store, you can grab the game and go, this is what I want. And they're like, okay, here's it is. And then you just buy it and you have it. And like, I don't get why people don't like that. That is more convenient than, oh, I have to get dressed. Ew. Nobody wants to smell you smelling like a sad pineapple either, dude. Like, stop, you know? Stupid lazy ass wokies. So, but yes, anything else you want to trash talk about online shopping and reminiscing about retail stores?
Media Play. We love you.
Media Play. This is wonderful. We're just gonna have a meme video, just us reminiscing about Media Play. Yes, Media Play. So awesome. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that up for us then. Thank you guys all for listening in to us and reminiscing about Media Play with us again and feeling some fond memories. Feel free to let us know if there's some fond memories about maybe some older stores that you used to go to as a kid or even just recently. You know, share it down.
What are your fondest memories of your stores that you remember? Yeah,
your Media Plays as well. Like, let's all share our Media Play examples. Like, let's do that. We need a subreddit that says r/Media Play memories. Just right there. Yes, that'd be great. But thank you guys all for listening. If you like our content, feel free to like, subscribe, and always share. And as always,
we will see you on the other side.
Hey everyone, this is Paraka
and Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.